All right, let's try this again. Let's see, can I get it this time? Are we live? Am I live? I can't tell on Rumble is not connecting today. What is going on? Maybe it's me? I can't tell. I'm not sure what's going on, but it appears Rumble's not connecting. And I don't know why. It shows I'm live on Rumble. It says recording in progress. This one can be deleted. Whoops. Cancel. Never mind. That can't be deleted. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to make this work one way or another. There it is. Got it on Rumble. Yay. I hope Dee can hear this and we'll jump back in. Okay, we're good. I just got to go and jump into YouTube really fast and fix it. Oh my Lord. I am so sorry, folks. I will be with the comments in a moment. I just got to fix this. I don't know what's going on. I think it might have to do with the winds and stuff right now that are happening. I apologize for the complete and utter chaos of it. Um, and these three all need to be deleted.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello? It wouldn't let me in.
It's okay. It took me 4 tries to get it
Yes.
to connect to Rumble.
Yep.
So I gotta clean up this stuff really quick and, adjust the thumbnail and everything else.
Okay.
I do apologize, everybody. Oh my god, I'm so congested right now. Be patient with me, folks. Dee, hi.
Hello. You'll be happy to know they did not do the injections today. That's going to be next week because they had to spend an hour and a half of history. So
Makes sense.
we're actually going to be getting more injections than we thought. So they're going to
Oh,
go,
yay.
they're going to go into the face, underneath the chin, and into the neck. So
Oh,
that will be
wow.
lovely, lovely, lovely. Yep.
I see we have a Blue Rose in the audience. Hello.
Hello, Blue Rose. What you doing? I'm
She's
all
being a
wound up.
Blue Rose.
Yes, I'm all wound up today, so I don't know why. I've been this way all day. I actually had a bad attitude. I needed to have an attitude adjustment.
Really?
Yeah, I gave myself one. If I would have been Jacob, I would have said, I need to go sit on the steps. That's what I
Yep.
needed. Yep. But I did it while I was out, so I knew I
Oh,
was
you're
in
still sick? Oh,
yeah.
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, she's in a bad shape. You talk about somebody that can't talk. Wow, yeah. My girl's
Oh,
down. She is down for the count. I think she has the flu. That's what Dr. D is demising that she has. But she
wouldn't
sounds terrible.
surprise me. It is that season.
Uh-huh. Springtime, and it's bad. She's in bad shape. And
Why is
and then
everything saved twice?
I don't know. And then I had to laugh because I recommended that she drink hot tea. So we got into an argument of hot tea versus warm tea, which was pretty
Mm.
funny. Then her mother came in and said, Blue Rose, why aren't you drinking hot tea? And I said, bingo, 2 against 1, we win.
Yep.
Yep. So I got to pull the mother card on her.
That always works.
Uh-huh.
It
Yep.
does.
Yes. So that, and I highly recommend sipping on chicken or vegetable broth that's hot.
Yep.
If you let it go warm or cold, it's nasty as all hell. But if it's hot and you just sip on it, it will definitely, in my opinion, open up the sinuses and ease your throat pain and that. So I like to do that just in general. And we are
Yeah, that
going.
is something I am a big fan of is nice warm broth
Mm-hmm.
or warm tea when I'm sick, or I take, cinnamon schnapps and I mix it with ginger ale,
Mm-hmm.
and that really helps a lot too.
I'll bet it does, and I'll bet it gets your other things working too, or helps to put you to sleep, one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had a cinnamon schnapps in a long time, but hmm, I just might have to get some of that and leave that as it for medicinal purposes in the home. What do you think?
Yeah, that's what I do. I have alcohol around the house, but for medicinal reasons, not
There,
anything else.
there you go. And today we are joined by Jekyll, who is laying across my left shoulder. So if any movement may occur, it's his fault today. So if anything gets out of place or
Aw,
anything, it's his fault. So, and tomorrow we may
that
be
does
up on,
not
yeah,
surprise me.
he's actually is laying on the earbuds. So I think that's pretty funny. But tomorrow we may be on baby duty. So we shall see what happens tomorrow. But today is
Sounds like a
basically
plan.
a crazy bee day. I'm just here as the sidekick. I am not presenting anything, it's all her. I am here as the antagonist, just to cause trouble, to wreak havoc. That's my goal today, right?
Okay,
Is that what we're
that's
doing?
allowed.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
that is
So
perfectly fine.
any kind of commentary, telling her stop, and then we'll talk about stuff. So just today's on the wild side day, and I am on the wild side right now. So
Oh,
it ought to
yeah.
be interesting. It ought to be an interesting day. So, and it
Mhm.
started out great because you couldn't connect. And then I said, well, I'll go out till you get it fixed. And then what? It took you 4 tries. It took me 3 tries. And neither one of us could get
Yep,
in. And we were like, okay, there goes the show.
yep.
Yep.
Oh, it's a mess today. It is such a mess.
Yeah. I'm blaming it on the
So,
weather. We've had some really nasty rain.
yes.
There's all kind of pine needles on the skylight above my bed, which I'm laying in. Uh, yeah, cloudy, rainy, yucky. I dislike these kinds of days. I'd rather it snow than have rain any day of the week. I'd rather it
Oh,
snow
yeah.
than rain. Yeah,
I don't like either or. Well, I mean, snow's beautiful. Give
right.
me snow and 70-degree temperatures, and I'll be happy.
That kind of doesn't go together, does it?
No,
Right. Okay. That's why
unless
you
I'm in
like.
my house and my thermostat's at 70 and I'm watching the snow through my window.
Yeah, that's why you like it then, right? Because you like the
Yeah,
snow. Okay, I gotcha.
it's beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't like the cold.
Right.
So, you
We've
know,
dipped, yeah, we've dipped back down into the low 30s to where the
we
furnace and that
are 80
comes.
degrees with insane winds right
No
now
way. 80 degrees.
and
Wow.
strong winds. I mean, gusting. It's messing with my Wi-Fi, obviously. Even my good little antenna that's attached to my computer to pick it up better
Right.
is acting funny. So, yeah, it's bad.
You just live in a totally random. I don't understand people that are like in Tornado Alley or uh, flood areas, things like that. I mean, we think that we have it bad, but uh, compared to the rest of the country, we're really, I guess, isolated. I mean, I cannot complain. We've had a tornado here or there. The coolest thing was one day when I was working in manufacturing, and we got a call that a tornado was coming down the river. And since,
Uh-huh.
well, anyway, it was coming down the river, and we watched it gain speed, and it went down the river, across the road, and up this huge mountain. Hit the top, gained even more, and destroyed stuff at the top of the mountain. I
Yep,
mean, for all the destruction it caused, it was sad, but to actually witness it, starting at like a little spout and just, getting to be this big monster, it was pretty cool looking. It really was.
I have never seen firsthand water spouts on the lake, but I have seen video footage of it
Mhm.
that our neighbor who had been there for, like, 60 years of his life,
Mhm.
he lived in the same place, he had recorded multiple water spouts off the lake,
Wow.
and, oh my god, talk about amazing. I
Mhm.
wouldn't wanna be on the lake when one hits, but
No.
holy shit, they are amazing.
Oh,
Nature is awesome.
yeah, I never told you the story. I was on a lake once that, well, two incidents. One, we had to be saved. I was taking a sailing class, and my then boyfriend was in a different group, and I was with another group. So I was with this guy that was a couple years older than me. We lost our sailboat in the lake. It sank into the mud that only probably 2 foot of the mast was sticking out, and we swam to an island that had barely any room. And in this place had these big, I call them seaweed because that's what they reminded me of, but these huge patches of seaweed that would get tangled in your legs. Oh, was it nasty? And then
Yep.
another year, and I've learned you do not canoe with loved ones because that is definitely a cause for breakups, divorce, wanting to
Yes.
hurt
Yes, it
somebody,
is.
like take the paddle and do something to something
Yep.
or somebody.
Yep.
Yes.
I've
Yeah.
canoed with my dad and my mom and my
Uh-huh.
sister.
Yeah.
I think this
Never.
was a little bit after my brother was born. He stayed no, my brother was 2. Nope, my brother was 2, and it was me and my brother with my dad, and my sister was with my mom and a friend.
Mhm.
And yep, needless to say,
Yep. You
my
do.
dad wanted to take that paddle and reach over and upside the head.
Yep. You do not canoe with a loved one. I did that many a years at the American Red Cross camps. Never
Yep.
again. But we went
Nope.
out in a tornado watch and we saved a group of Boy Scouts in the canoe.
Aw,
It was pretty cool to watch
that
them.
would be fun.
Yeah, it was fun to be part of that. And the other thing is when you're married and you have young children and they tell you that the water is low on the river, do not
Believe them.
wait. Yes, believe them. Do not go on those whitewater raft tours because
Oh,
in the
do
mud,
not.
yeah, in the mud with two kids and you're trying to pick up a rubber raft and drag it to water. Don't do that. Listen to what they say. Mhm.
Same with canoeing.
Yes.
Just not canoeing, kayaking.
Kayak.
Kayaking, I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Don't do it.
I've done kayaking, I love it. That's something I could probably still do since it doesn't require my legs. I could get my
Uh
upper body strength back, but yeah, I
yeah,
wanna go
until your
kayaking
ass
again.
flips over, then what are you going to do?
Oh, I know how to do that. I've gone kayaking multiple
Yeah.
times.
Well,
I know what to do, and
I
I'm a
know, but
decent
can you
swimmer.
still do it, do you think?
Yeah, because it's mostly upper body. I can swim just using upper body,
So can I.
if I had to.
Well, maybe we could attempt that. Maybe we'll do that
Yeah,
over
I've
the summer.
had to do it before. I had a fractured ankle, and they had me in an air cast, and I wanted to go swimming anyways, but I couldn't kick my legs, so I let my legs run limp,
Mhm.
and I did swimming with my upper body only.
Well,
So, yes, I can.
that's what you do when you are a
Par
swimming
a
athlete.
qua
Yeah.
well,
Paraplegic.
when you're a
Yeah.
paraplegic,
Yeah.
yeah, you can
Yep.
swim without having legs.
Yep.
Um, I don't know how long I would be able to swim. Would I be able to stay afloat and keep up with the currents and stuff? Yes. Keep my head up around currents as long as the waves aren't too high, I could do that.
Mhm.
Even if I didn't have a life preserver, I could pull it off,
So could I.
but, like, treading water, like, what they call
Yes.
treading water, I could do that for a while. I've,
Right.
not as much as I used to when I was, like, 18, 19, and I was swimming, like, a mile or 2 a day. Um, I can't do that anymore. Obviously, my upper body is not in the condition it was back then, and neither is my respiratory.
Right.
Actually, my last, pulmonary function test proved that even with my asthma and using my vape, I still have the lungs of an athlete
Oh, that's good.
as long as I take my medicine.
Yep.
So, technically, I probably could, I just haven't worked on my cardio in a while.
Right.
So, I mean, if I were to get my cardio and stuff back in check, oh, I could easily, no
Mhm.
problem.
Yep.
So, again, 6 months of cardio and upper body so I don't get spasms.
Mhm.
Yeah, I could pull it off.
I just, they want me, and I love to, I've been a star swimmer my whole life, and
Yeah.
they want me to get back into that. But with dragging, a walker and not having, I mean, I just can't see. Like, I know what
Well,
they
I
can
can
get
see
me into the
why.
swim. I know they can get me into the swimming pool. It would be getting me out, and I could see myself like slip sliding all over the side. Oh, look at that slip slide over the
I have
side.
a question.
Uh-huh.
What if it was a walk-in pool, like with steps or a
Well, I
ramp?
can do that, but here's the issue is once I get back out to try to get from the pool to the dressing room and be safe, wouldn't that be interesting? Like,
We'll have someone with you, obviously.
well, then I need to have like my own separate, like the trans rooms they have. Like, I would need like a caregiver room.
No, just to help, like, have, a female assistant or one of the lifeguards at the pool. If they have a
I
spare lifeguard to
Yeah,
assist you to get
I
in and
don't
out.
see that isn't part of the lifeguard duties is to help undress a.
Ah,
Yeah, that is a no go.
well,
So Eric would have
maybe
to come in, right? And how's Eric going to get
don't
into
they
the
have the
female
family
locker room?
changing rooms? Do they have the
No,
family changing
no,
rooms?
but
No?
that's the word I was looking for, family changing room. Yeah,
Hmm.
but
Wonder
normally,
if maybe the
no,
physical therapist would come
yeah,
along.
yeah. Well, I'm sure he'd like that. That's as bad as, well, I told you the story of being in the nursing facility in January, and they send this
Yeah.
19-year-old kid. I'm supposed to be supervised while showering, and he's supposed to be in there with me. And I'm like over my dead fucking body. That
And
ain't
I
happening.
can understand why. I
I
can
don't
understand your perspective. Me, I don't give a shit.
I don't well, I really don't care anyway. I mean, shit, my shit's been shown everywhere. But the fact that I need, he's going to watch me shower. I said to them, you know what? He can stand outside the door, knock and stick his head in every once in a while. To which we ultimately negotiated, and that's what they did till the very
Yeah.
end. With all this freaking hair, I was in there for an hour and a half trying to get showered and shampooed. And as I'm sitting there, they had the towel and my walker too far away, and I was like, "Fuck, there's no way I could get up and make it." After having that hot
Yeah.
shower, I'm like, "Nah, I'd be like a fish on the wet floor." So I had to wait. He came in anyway, you know what I mean? And I was like, "Ah, just fuck it." You know what I mean? Just give me the
Well, and that
towel
was
because yeah,
I
whatever.
had a very similar experience, but luckily it was all females on the floor when I was
Mhm.
in, rehab, physical rehab.
Mhm.
They had to stand in there to make sure and they had this specialized wheelchair thing that rolled that it was a waterproof
Mhm.
wheelchair that
Yep.
they rolled right into the shower with me, and I had to wash while I was on that, and, she was really good about, just standing on the other side, and we had a conversation. I was just chit-chatting with her while I'm showering, I don't mind, and even if it was a guy, I know that in the medical field, they are trained to obviously not stare and, make eye contact, but look elsewhere
That
and
might be
talk.
where you're at, but uh-uh.
I understand why you're at where you're at. I'm just saying why I'm where I'm
Yeah.
at.
I mean, remember, I talk to these people and I get stuff out because that's what I do for a living. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
so when you're like you find out that there's a 20-year-old man there being a certified nursing assistant and he's there only to collect a paycheck so he could buy Lego sets. Okay. All right, then we got it. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah,
He
then
sounds like my
oh,
son.
yep, like, yep, you're the man
He
I
sounds
want
like
for the
Buddy.
job. Yep. Anyway, I don't know how we got off on this topic.
It's been fun.
Yeah, it
I'm
has
not
been.
worried.
Yeah, sliding on the side. I need to get back to that.
That's
See
kind
if
of the
I
whole
could
point of this whole thing is just for us to do
carry
whatever.
on. Yeah, and bitch and
Yeah.
moan, groan, and all that. Yeah, it is it is one of the harder things I think. This is that more men, and I'm sorry for those of you men that are in that age range from 18 to, I'm going to say around 25. I have an issue with you being my assistant. I'm sorry. It's just a personal, thing that I have. It doesn't make any sense when a nurse practitioner or the doctor is male, but as the aide, you ain't cleaning up after me. You're not wiping me down. You're not washing me. You're not touching me. Get me, as long as I can get up and walk, I will take care of myself.
Yeah,
But
and that makes sense.
I know the bad thing is I'm in the hospital all the time. I know everybody. So I've had the supervisors come up and say, "Hey, D, you got to get over this shit, girl, because we don't have enough staff." And so you used to be able to request a female aide. Now they're
Yeah, they
saying,
don't do that no more.
yeah, who's ever on call, that's who you get, whoever it is. And I'm like,
Yep.
mm, I don't like that. And I know it's something I'm going to have to get over, but maybe an AI created aid will be in our future. I don't know, maybe.
A
Meet
robot
George
one?
Jetson, have,
Rosie!
yep, have Rosie
Rosie from
come
the
in. Yep,
Jetsons.
yep. She
But I
could,
bet I do suggest if the AI does take over bots like that, you better treat them better than Rosie was treated
oh,
because
yeah,
you do not
want a
want
mess.
that to
No,
backfire.
exactly.
Just
But
gonna put that out there. Do not treat people the way do not treat AI the way Rosie was treated.
yeah.
Even though I have personally in my DMs and I know is gonna come back to haunt me later as I've talked major trash about AI. I
Hmm.
really don't like it.
Well, I mean, even the treatment of, uh, just your aides in general, everybody should be nice to, unless
Oh
some,
yeah, I agree. Treat
unless
everyone with
something is
respect.
warranted. Yeah. But again,
Yeah.
and again, nothing against you guys that are in that 18 to 25-year-old range. It's just a personal preference right now. Uh, and it's weird. Just a weird feeling. I, I guess maybe because I think of it as you could be my son, right? And I'm like,
Mhm.
well, what's is my son would help me. So I don't know. I got to work on that. That really
Well,
is
and
like
again,
a,
I understand, like, hold on a second. In my situation, I've had patients where, I had to, basically prove I wasn't a racist, horrible person before they
right.
would let me really take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
it's
another
like,
thing, right?
I
That's an
shouldn't have to jump through those hoops, but you know what? I'll do it out of respect.
yes, and that is some things that are ingrained. I mean, I didn't even consider the race component to this. That that is another feature of the healthcare and who you're receiving care from. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, in the nursing assistant positions, you're going to find more minorities in those positions because their lower pay require the lower educational standards, and people that have racist issues do have issues against them. I mean, it is a legit thing. As an HR person, I know what is out there, and
Oh, yeah, I don't deny it that
yeah,
there are
it's
racist people
legit.
out there,
Yeah,
but try being a white medical assistant taking care of people in Detroit who are old enough to remember before the riots and before the
mm,
civil rights era.
yep,
Yeah, that's fun.
yeah. And they're thinking, you're not going to touch me, right? You're
Yeah,
not. Yeah.
but by the time I, let's okay, so when I started and people really didn't know me, but I was after 5 years, they loved me, and they didn't want anyone else coming out to take their blood or do this or that with them. They
r-
would want me to come out and do it.
Right.
There was a handful of patients that they, couldn't ever get this, secretaries and the other MAs to do anything right, so they had my personal number, and they would call or text me what they needed, and I would deal with it at work
Mm-hmm.
the next morning
Yep. That's it.
because nobody else would take care of them right.
Exactly. So that's really establishing relationships with your primary care doctor or people in the office. I've told you before, there are a handful of doctors in my practice that I would go to. The other ones, they'll be
Nope.
like, D, hey, there's an appointment with Crazy B. And I'd be like, you're over. Nope, I'll die first before I go to her. That kind of thing. I mean,
But
it's
you'd go to Arby, wouldn't you?
yes, I would. I'd go to Arby first before I go to you. I'd be like, hey, Arby. I'd even go to JJ first. I'd be like, Blue Rose, I know you're sick, but Crazy B's out of control. I can't go to her. No, but there are some people that you just the fit isn't there. The okay, what are we sending? Well, I can't see. I haven't
Blue
even.
Rose sent frying pans.
Oh no, are
2
we
of
off the
them.
two of them? So we're way. Hey, wait a second. This is not Rec Sisters. We're on questions that need answers. So this is the anything kind of goes channel, Blue Rose. Just you sit back and relax. It's a good thing she can't talk today. You know, just sit back and relax. Take your
I'd
Tylenol.
say bring her up. I'd say join
Yeah.
us.
Uh
Come
huh.
on, jump
Yeah.
in.
She's running a fever. She's delirious. She knows not what she says. So you know
Ah, that's what it
that's
is.
she's
Okay.
delirious. She's in a semi coma state that she has no clue what's going on. So she
Ah.
thinks she thinks that we need the frying pan, but just wait till we're done. Uh-huh. There's a saying here. I think you know the same saying. Her ass is grass when we hang up.
Oh,
So
I grew up on that. Oh my
uh-huh.
god,
Yeah.
I grew up
Uh-huh.
on that. My grandmother used to say it.
Uh-huh.
My
Yeah.
mom used to
Yeah.
say it. Your
These
ass
things.
is grass.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Your ass is grass, Blue Rose. All right. What do we got? We digressed, but whatever.
Yeah.
That's the name of the channel for today.
Actually, our first video is Kid Rock playing the grand piano at the White House.
Okay, there we go.
This is actually,
Well, wait, and we did preface the show, right, by saying that I have no idea what she's doing. I am
oh,
here
yeah, I didn't
just
send
yeah,
yeah, the show notes because
yeah.
you
I
weren't
have
sure if you were gonna be here.
I have no idea what she's doing. I'm here strictly for entertainment and aggravation purposes only.
I don't get
So
aggravated like that, but
no,
okay.
but I mean to aggravate the audience. I'm not
Oh,
worried
you
about
go right
you.
ahead and have fun
Yeah.
with it.
So I'm here just for that. So I may scream stop the video and we might have a conversation. I might just go to sleep. Luckily I don't snore, but if you don't hear me talking, I'm out. That's a whole lot of what uh-oh. Yeah, you're right. That's right. Whoop.
I got a big one too.
I think the three of us do, right? Or at least all put
Yeah.
together we do, right?
Oh, no, I've always had that wide, fat butt, and it's like, I hated it. Why couldn't I have the perfectly cute round butts like all the other cute girls out there? No, no, no. I had to be ugly with a big fat butt.
You're not ugly.
Shh,
Will you
yes, I am.
stop? No, you're not.
I'm not showing my face, otherwise I'm sure everyone would agree. Well, no, they'd
No, I
just be nice.
I
They'd be
I
the
doubt
nice
that.
ones, like, "Oh, I don't wanna hurt her feelings, so I'm gonna just tell her otherwise anyways."
No,
Yeah.
that's not true. You're not ugly.
Anyways, Kid
Go
Rock.
for it. Go ahead. Play it.
Well, and he is so talented. Like, my god. I was never that good at piano. Oh. I love the hold on, I wanna play this again for a second, I wanna show this. Look at the leg, it's an eagle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
God,
cool.
that is a beautiful piano, and again, he's not a professional piano player, obviously, he's guitar and vocals, but I couldn't play piano that good. I mean, I'm talented with piano, but not that talented. Holy shit.
I mean, what songs are you
Whew.
playing? I don't.
I
I don't.
am not
Not
familiar. It might be just one that he, threw together that he's done. I'm
okay.
not familiar with the song, but very, very talented person in my
I
opinion.
I thought you were going to have us look at his pink shoes, but
Well,
okay.
those are cute too. Those are
Yeah.
cute too. I gotta
Okay.
give him that.
All right.
So, the next video ties into this one. Um, and, hold on, let me close this out so it's not gonna kill my PC. This is about Donald Trump. I mean, Kid Rock trying to bring Donald Trump and Bill Maher together to a common ground. He's trying to be the peace negotiator between a mostly leftist, kind of sane person and Donald Trump.
There you
So if
go.
that makes any
Hmm.
sense. That's what we're running with here. Let's take a listen. This is actually really interesting because Kid Rock is making some good work here.
2015, and he has been relentless, really, ever since.
Yeah, well, Bill, when he showed up at the White House, he'd actually brought a list of insults Trump had said about him and gave it to Trump. And what did he do? He signed it, which is very Trumpian. And they laughed and they laughed. Kudos to Maher. You know, he knows this is going to burn whatever bridge that remains with the tolerant left. But he said full steam ahead. And you got to give credit to Kid Rock. You know, he went out on a limb, you know, as a bridge between two quarreling people that he happens to be friends with, and that is sharing the risk at its best. And what do you do when you share the risk? It causes other people to share the risk too. So both of these guys had something to lose, but they put their egos aside because they realized there's nothing to lose at all once you put your egos aside. And because Kid Rock was able to take the risk, they all decided to take the risk. And I think they're going to win from it. The scariest part for a lot of people is finding out that Trump might be a good person, because you've sunk so much of your energy and your life into him being bad. So you might not want to meet him, because the moment that you have to relinquish any of that sunk cost, what's left? That's why you still have, and I think it's easier for Democrats. It's not for never Trump Republicans. They can't let it go because their entire identity is wrapped around that definition of who they are. They go into a room with them, that sunk cost destroys them.
That's why I never want to meet AOC.
Yes.
It'll make it harder for me to ridicule her.
Yes, that is so true.
I don't want to be empathetic.
Yes, that's why I wish I never met you.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
What?
Woo. Did you just say I would be attracted to AOC? Where did you get that
You're
from?
a live straight man. I think.
Okay, that's it. So yeah, Kid Rock is working on building a bridge between those two. And I apologize. My stupid ass accidentally deleted my video from yesterday. So here I am trying to really quick re-upload it. Um,
I just ran into the kitchen to get a soda.
okay.
I'll be right back.
Oh my God. I cannot believe I just did
Let me know
this.
that we're really live.
Oh my God. I feel like such a dumbass. I apologize. Oh my God. I did not mean to do that. And I did. Oh, I feel like such a dumbass. Give me 1 minute and I will be back to the show that we're doing. Why do I do such stupid things? The world, that's a question that need answers. Why do I do stupid things like accidentally delete the video I frickin' had for yesterday that took 2 hours to frickin' upload?
Well, I don't think I'll answer that question. And I'm going to some Shack-alicious extra large gummies. Oh, that ought to be interesting.
Oh my God.
Green watermelon, mixed berry, and pineapple.
Ooh.
And we're having major difficulty talking and formulating words and sentences today. So I'll try to keep my mouth shut as much as possible, but that's funny.
Where did my video go that I wanted to share next?
You want to
Of
play?
course it's MIA. I
Yeah.
know I saved it, but now I can't find it.
You want to play
Go frickin' figure.
Crazy Bee? Do you want to play something else while then you search for that?
Um, I don't think I have anything else to share right now at the moment, so give me 2 seconds and I'll save it from where I had it, and we'll go from there.
So you're saying you have no videos at all?
Oh, no, I do.
But what? So why don't you play one
Got them.
video?
They're somewhere in my files
I
that
see.
appear to be MIA.
Okay. So
Um,
we are experiencing technical difficulties,
a degree of technical difficulty.
or could it possibly be user error?
More than likely, but we're just going to pretend it's not. And here we go. Got it.
There we go. We're
I
on.
have an article
I
with this
cannot.
is that
I did not hear a word you said.
oh, I'm sorry. So this video, there is an article to go with it afterwards. Actually, it's a video. I'm sorry, another video that explains it in better detail.
What is
But
that? Land, water? What are we looking at?
this is that Islamic center in
Oh, uh-huh.
Texas that wants to be its own city, self-regulated.
Okay, go ahead and play it. This is disgusting.
It is.
402 acres of beautiful scenery. Welcome to the future of living. Welcome to Epic City.
This is their proposal pitch.
Nestled in the heart of Josephine, Texas. It is about 20 miles and 20 minutes from Epic.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Welcome to Epic 2.0. Epic City is more than just a neighborhood. It's a way of life. A meticulously designed community that brings Islam to the forefront. A community that blends with nature, crafted to elevate your living experience. With single-family homes, multi-family townhomes and apartments, senior living, and in the heart a mosque and a school.
Yeah.
No. No. No.
Not even done. Oh, I've got more. I've got more.
No.
Hold up. We're not done. This, I got a screen share. Hold on. Be patient.
I don't have. No.
Oh, you know what?
The answer is no.
Hold on. Well, we're not the ones there, so
Yeah,
we
well,
can't
how do
say
you
shit
freaking.
about it.
Yeah, well, who stops it?
The people in their area.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
So, hold up. Let me enlarge this and screen share it.
This all goes to that
Let me.
story of acclimation, assimilation. You're in the fucking United States of America. If you can't become an American and whatever, get out.
Again,
Go
I
back.
don't care what religion they are, but you
Neither do
have
I.
to abide by the laws, and you cannot create your own city to get around it.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how
Let me hit play. Listen to the news coverage.
Muslim community is set to be built just northeast of Dallas, and it's causing major political clash among some North Texans, among developers and state leaders, in fact, as well. So the proposition for the community near Josephine, Texas. Today, the Collin County commissioners got together, hosted a public hearing. They got together to talk about the project. Nicole Nielsen was there to listen in. She's live for us. So what'd they talk about? Tell us what you heard.
Doug, if you can believe it, this meeting is actually still going on. It started at 1:30 this afternoon. So really, what didn't they talk about? Community members really going to the podium and discussing their concern about the development, going against the Fair Housing Act, and really going against anybody who isn't Muslim from living there.
You want to say that we are against inclusion because we speak against this, but that is exactly what a community like this is against. Why else would they want their own community? What is the purpose of them having their own community?
Sharia law is so far away from our Constitution of our protecting our inalienable rights and our freedom of speech that it is totally incongruent with anything that we can allow.
Now, for context, this project is called Epic City because it's being led by the East Plato Islamic Center, which is one of North Texas's largest mosques. It's planned to cover more than 400 acres near Josephine and will include 1,000 homes, a faith-based school, a mosque, apartments, and a senior living facility and more. The developers say the goal of diversity around the state. Governor Greg Abbott has publicly expressed concerns that it would promote Sharia law, which is a set of Islamic religious principles that govern daily life, instead of U.S. constitutional law. Attorney General Ken Paxton also announced he's investigating any potential violation of state consumer protection laws. Planning representatives were here today and were expected to give a presentation, but didn't. Instead, we spoke to them off camera about the claims that Epic City would go against the Fair Housing Act. They say the notion that the community would only allow Muslims to live there is false, and that anyone with any race, background, or ethnicity is allowed to purchase plots. In fact, they went on to say that they would even welcome those from other religions to live there or even build churches or temples there. We also asked if it would be a Sharia law city like Governor Greg Abbott had tweeted, and they said absolutely not. Now, as I mentioned, of course, this meeting, it is still going on. Representatives for the development project said that they possibly will speak at the end of this meeting, but of course, we'll be reporting more on all of this tonight at 10. In McKinney.
Okay. Now, I've had plenty of experience living near and working with people out of the Middle East. I'm going to be very honest. I don't want them having their own city, to be quite honest. I don't. And again, they promise they won't. They'll let other people in, but they will make it miserable. I've seen this happen in Detroit, outside of Detroit, actually. There were people in Highland Park. Not Highland Park. I apologize. It was in Hamtramck and oh, I know the other one. Why is it?
You know
Shit.
the word. Just say the word.
Dearborn and
go.
Dearborn Heights. My apologies. Dearborn Heights and Dearborn parts of Michigan are predominantly Middle Easterners, and a lot of them are Islamic and Muslim. And so they're the way they took over those cities is they mass moved a bunch of people in, and they started electing their own people into power. They did not create a city and just run it that way. So there is a difference, and they don't,
But
as far as has never been caught, was any enactment of Sharia law in Michigan. I've not seen or heard of any specific cases, but one here, one there, and it was always condemned by the community,
you
at least
do,
publicly.
and there were at least two, right, that were appointed to city council, if I recall
Oh,
correct.
no, almost entire city council is
Okay.
Middle Easterners.
Okay.
Most of them not born here.
Wow. We had now this is the issue. Now think about we had talked about previously how much land China owns. Now
Yes.
and who knows what other countries own what land in the United States.
Mhm.
Would that give China the right then to come in, take the land that they have, and say this is Chinese only, and we're going to build a wall?
And this is why this can't go through. Even though they say that they're open to other religions and stuff, heaven forbid you should put up a nativity scene in your front yard for Christmas. Watch what
Exactly.
happens.
Exactly.
You're going to offend a neighbor and it's going to get everyone in trouble.
Mhm.
I've seen this firsthand in Michigan. Okay? You can be a Christian living in a Muslim community, but don't you dare put up anything for Easter or Christmas.
Right.
It won't go well. It'll go to court.
Now we
And it
had,
has.
yeah, we had a huge farm that the state and county came in with eminent domain and created one of the major highways uh, in the
Hey,
in our
Shu.
area. And hey, Shu. Uh, so they created one of the major highways uh, that connected to the rest of the country. So
Uh-huh.
they went through this farm to put in one of the main county roads, and so the farm got split. They sold part of the land to an Islamic group who built a church, who has been repeatedly under investigation because where they're located, they are concerned that there could be potential terrorist activities. And where the location of the church is, you could get onto the highway and hit 4 major highways and possibly not be found. So they keep this place pretty much under surveillance.
It happens.
Yeah,
But you can I've known so many Middle Eastern people that have nothing but utmost respect for us.
right.
And they've never there's some that will have a problem with Christianity and stuff, but I have met many who have no problem with it.
Well, the goal is if you're coming over here to the United States to become a citizen,
You
you
better
need
be
to,
tolerant.
that's correct. You need to acclimate and assimilate to the American culture.
There is
I'm not saying you can't bring your religion or your traditions or
but you
your,
have to be tolerant of others.
that's correct. And
Yep.
that you're not seeing it.
Well, here's the funny thing. They're on the freeway just outside of Dearborn, Michigan. Not far from the um Henry Ford the Greenfield Village little place. It's like a area. Um I'm sorry. There is a Catholic church and they on basically shared parking lot is a mosque. They are right next door to each other. And there is no problems whatsoever. None. With the church next to a mosque, and also attached to the church is a retirement home for elderly people, an assisted living place. And it's absolutely amazing to see this. 2 different religions sharing a damn parking lot right off the highway.
Hmm.
It is absolutely amazing, and they
Well,
can get
being,
along. They
yeah,
don't fight. They're not threatening each other. They're not screaming at each other. But there are intolerant ones who but, the rest of the community keeps them in check.
right.
So, as long as they learn tolerance and stay respectful, you don't have to like it, but be respectful.
Well,
Because
I'm
I don't we're
totally
not
against
going after
the,
you guys.
yeah, I'm totally against the Epic City. Nada. Nope.
No, it should not be
Nope.
governed and
No
anything
self
like
government.
that.
Nope. Nada. Well, how does that,
Art's
you know what
here.
though? Hi, Art. How does that differ though from the Chinese police that are here that control what the Chinese people are doing in this country? Their
That is
mission,
completely illegal. That is
well,
completely illegal.
but
It
it's
should not be
happening.
happen I
But
know
it
it
is.
is.
Yeah, it is. So how's that any different than what this Epic thing would be? And see, that's where we're starting to get off on these just like we did with many other things that Trump has changed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now we're trying to get off on different tangents or facets in the United States of who is owning what, where, when, and why, and it needs to be
Yeah.
stopped. I know they were looking, I can't remember who was trying to take up a bill to stop it. I don't think we should be allowed to sell American soil to any foreign entity.
We should not. I agree.
Nope.
100% agree.
Yep. And I don't know how to go about stopping that, or what do you do with
You
your
have to
but
start with your state representatives and your state senators. Start petitioning to them. Go to
Mhm.
them, let them know your thoughts and feelings and that you're not okay with it.
Well,
Emails,
I'm,
letters, phone calls.
yeah, I'm shit out of luck on that, so that ain't gonna work
Well, you
anyway.
have a degree of connection in the buildings.
Yeah, but my state senators are Democrats. They don't give a shit. They don't even want to pick up my phone call, so, you know, whatever.
Well, still leave it anyways. Take pictures of it. Have it sent certified mail.
There you go. Then somebody has to pick it up.
Yes, certified mail. Someone has to
Then
sign
we'll
for it. What
put
they
it
do
up
with
on,
it from
yeah.
there is on them.
Then we'll put it up on X. That's the only place to go to wreak havoc anymore.
Oh, I did today. Somebody put a post that if you're on any form of welfare, you shouldn't be allowed to vote. If you can't pass a 5th grade civics exam, you can't vote. I go, oh, so my father can't vote. My father couldn't pass the civics exam to save his life, but he can fabricate all kinds of stuff you need. And what about the people who are holding 2 part-time jobs and still getting food stamps? What, they don't get a say? That's classism, and it's
Wait,
going to be a problem.
this coming from the woman that says women shouldn't have had the right to vote?
I've said I would give up my right to vote if it would
Mhm.
get these stupid leftists in control.
Okay.
I said I would. But that's different than saying that because you don't make enough money or you're not able to read and write on this level
Mm-hmm.
is already prohibited thanks to the
Well,
Civil Rights Act.
the thing with the 5th grade then, and I'm sorry, I got one of these extra large gummies are extra large. They're at least 4 times the size. Just add 4 gummies together and they make up one gummy. I'll try to not have one. I'll quit eating them.
You're
Okay,
chewing on a gummy.
yeah, they're put away.
But I do think
Anyway,
we
to
need to
have the
teach
5th,
civics in school, yes,
okay,
but
but
we can't
if
tell them they
you're
have to take an exam in order to vote.
no. Yes, you do. If you can't pass a 5th grade civics course, you don't
It's
have a
all
how do you get a right
but
to vote because you have no clue what you're voting for? You
here's
don't
the
know the
thing,
Constitution. You don't know the
it
Declaration, the
falls in
amendment.
the literacy exams that were banned in the Constitution as racist. You
Oh,
can't per here right here. The original Constitution required you own land in order to vote, I believe. Yes, there is value to that. But once African Americans were freed and started to own land, they were being prohibited from voting on the because of the literacy, or
no,
you
that
got to
was
count
based
so
on
many
race.
jelly beans.
That was based on race.
But it's anything that pertains to that is officially not allowed because it's been adapted to the Constitution that you cannot do anything like that to anyone in order for them to vote.
Well,
That is a constitutional change, that we can't make people take a test to prove they're capable of voting without changing the Constitution. And
well,
again, there goes my dad, who's a staunch Republican.
hmm
So they just lost a Republican vote.
well, the problem is it worth the loss of your dad for the loss of many dumb people? Hmm?
So we're going to turn into a classist society where only the higher educated and the
I'm just
higher
I'm just
paying are
saying.
allowed to
I'm
vote.
I'm playing the devil's advocate side here. That's all I'm saying. I'm just throwing out these.
I know you are,
I'm
but when
just
you think
saying.
about it, isn't that what Germany did? Isn't that what China does? Isn't
Okay,
that what
so then
Russia
if
did?
you're going to say that you can't pass a fifth grade civics class, then why the hell even bother going to school? School was filled with tests and passing. When you try to become a naturalized citizen, they have to pass a freaking test.
But when you're born here, you don't. But that's because they're not a citizen. They don't have the constitutional right to not have to prove it.
Well, they have to prove it via a test. And so we
Well,
used
yeah,
to have
but
civics
we as
class,
American citizens are
right?
not expected to prove that we are capable
Right.
of making a decision on voting. Yes,
But back in the
because we were
day, we
born here.
had
They
civics
were
class,
not.
we had history, we had all of that. That's poof be gone.
But then it turned into an activist class.
Well, they're
I
still
get where
doing
you're coming from.
activist
It should be
bullshit,
taught in the schools,
right?
but you cannot force someone to take an exam in order to allow them to vote. I totally agree to voter ID, and I totally agree that you should be fluent in English to vote. I
Well,
100% agree with those,
we've
but I
already.
do not think that you should ban people who are on welfare, blanket ban them, and you shouldn't blanket ban people who are illiterate. They might know how it works, but they can't read and write. So how are you going to do this?
Well, there's other ways to test other than just filling
They
out
don't
the
have
bubble
time to
test.
sit there and do a verbal test.
Well, yes, it's possible. Yeah, it's doable. Yes, it is. It's
I
doable.
just think it's wrong.
I mean, if what was that program? If a fifth grader, what was that program that they went on TV and can a fifth grader do it? And a fifth grader went up against an adult, and
Yeah,
the
Jeff
adult,
Foxworthy.
yeah,
Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
exactly. There you go. I,
Yes,
yeah.
but again, I'm just saying, per the Constitution, we cannot give a literacy exam of any kind for them to be able to vote. And I like what Art says. I'm a believer in only citizen voting, which we know, and we'll be covering later that illegals have been voting in America. And I wish people were better educated, but that's always been a problem since the founding. Yes, not everyone can make it. I was not good at public school because it was too slow. My son did not, he was able to pull the grades, but he was bored out of his freaking mind in school because it was too slow.
And your point being, so obviously you
He
two
had the
could
problem with
pass
it.
the test, correct?
So again, it's like, I just have an issue with it because it is going to bar out a lot of people who would be voting Republican. Not ever. I
I
guarantee you, if you go
what
out,
I would want
most
to
of the
see.
people who voted for Trump don't even know how the system works.
Yeah, you got stats on that to back that claim up there, Crazy B?
I have no stats for it because no one's done a test on it. No one's done a poll on this.
Well, I would want to
I
know.
wish there was, but I've
Yeah.
talked to people. Even my dad barely knows how the system works,
Mm-hmm.
but he is a very staunch Republican.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I'm not even perfect with civics.
Oh,
There's
neither.
stuff I still don't know.
That's why
So we wouldn't
that's
be
why you
allowed to
got.
vote.
Well, I mean, you take a civics course way back when, however long ago, and if
But
you don't
how
think
often do
that.
you refresh on it?
Well, if you don't think that I have the Constitution, the amendments, a thesaurus, a dictionary, and whatever in hard copy form on my desk, you would be remiss
I'd be
because
wrong. Yeah.
yeah, it's sitting there because I know jack shit about anything anymore. Everything's questionable. You know, goodness
Yeah.
gracious, we got to look up what the definition of a group or a partnership is. What's the difference? I mean, it's.
So, but you're about to go vote and you got to take a test to prove you can. How's that going to go? You lose your
Well,
vote.
yeah, but again, look at all the people. I chose my words carefully. I changed what I was going to originally call them. But look at all the people that went into voting, and I don't care which party you are, ill informed. And we'll leave it at that. As far
Yeah,
as I'm concerned, I'm not saying another word about it. It's just
I
I'm
understand.
not
I
saying
understand.
yeah, I'm not
I
saying
do.
necessarily that you have to have like a written test, a diploma, and a pin to prove that you could vote. I'm just I'd like to entertain the idea of bringing back civics and history into the classroom again. That's
Oh,
all.
I totally agree with that.
That's what
I absolutely agree.
that's where I'm
But
at
I
this point.
just am not comfortable with the way it was worded in this post on X.
Yeah.
And I put my opinion out there. And it's actually someone I've been following for years and have had conversations with.
Mm-hmm.
But I stood my ground on this. It's
And
out there. I'm not
yeah.
budging.
And Art's
Now,
right.
I bel
Yeah, look at Art. How many people
yeah,
actually read the Federalist Papers, which were published before the founding? First, that was only people who could read, and then only those who got the paper, and so on. Absolutely.
yes.
The majority of people
Actually,
could not read and write.
I have a copy of Common Sense from Thomas Paine, and
Yes.
it's written in Old English. Okay, this is the one that Sterling from Common Censored put
Right.
helped publish.
Yep.
I have a copy of this book, and my kids were so unable to read it because it's in Old
Old
English.
English. Yep.
And I know that little F without the line through it is a soft S
Mm-hmm.
sound. And so I was trying to explain it to my kids, and they're like, "You just read it to me."
Mm-hmm.
Really? Really?
And
Because again, it's complicated to understand, and if it's not translated, most people won't bother with it. And
right.
even my teachers in high school or junior high, I'm sorry, when we started covering the founding fathers, they didn't touch on it.
Right.
Even when I was in college, they didn't really touch on the Federalist Papers.
Right.
I found that shit on my own.
And
This is again,
you're fascinated with it, and I'll look at it when it's necessary.
and I still don't know everything.
Right.
And I'm fascinated with history. I love this kind of stuff. But half of society, and I'm talking the right and the left, because
Right.
I've seen both of
Correct.
them
Both of them
talking out
are.
both sides of their
Yep.
mouth and out the rear end all at the same time.
Mhm.
And they think that they're superior because I voted for Trump and I'm going to just repeat the Trump talking points.
Right.
And it's like, no, you guys are, ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
But
you're.
Old English was the language at the time, and cursive was a written language at the time. So,
Mm.
kind of not a fair comparison. That's true.
Do you know an interesting story about cursive is they've quit teaching it in our schools.
My
It's no
son was the last generation to learn it.
it's no longer taught. So
Yep.
my husband was behind a kid that was trying to cash his paycheck, and they told him to sign his paycheck. So he writes his name, hands it to the girl. She goes, "You didn't sign." He goes, "Yes, I did." An argument ensues, and she goes, "No, you need to sign it in cursive." He's like, "What's cursive?" He had no
Yeah.
idea what cursive writing was.
Yes, my
And
daughter, I had to teach my daughter. And basically, she does not understand the concept of cursive, but because she's an artist, she can copy how I wrote her name.
mm-hmm.
So she knows how to sign her name only because I wrote it and then she put her own little twist to it.
So I wonder how they got around that. Because there's so many documents that you sign in
So
cursive.
many things are going digital right now. They're saying to hell
Right?
with teaching them
Well,
cursive. It's not needed.
I told you I went to the kiosk to sign in for the doctors yesterday,
Uh-huh.
and I get there and I type my name and everything in there, and they do have facial recognition, and they
Yep.
also have you can put your fingerprint, your thumbprint there, and I'm like, these mothers ain't getting that. They're not getting either one of them, right?
Yeah.
So I log in, my name and that pops up, my date of birth pops up. Then all of a sudden, all my info and boom, in my face is a picture of me. I'm like, did they
Well,
get this at?
what if someone had accidentally crossed the files with somebody else, which does happen, same
Yeah.
name and stuff, personally seen it. Hell, we had a husband and wife that had the same first name and last name, and neither one had a middle name. The only way we could tell the files apart was by the date of birth on it.
Well, that's me and my sister-in-law. So,
Yeah,
yep.
both husband, because the mom of the wife was so sure she was going to have a son, they stuck with the name they had picked out for the son when the daughter was born.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so funny because she married a man with the same name.
Right.
So when you get stuff like that, it is important to have identifiers to look
Okay,
at.
that does. Come on now. So my picture's up there, and they're going to be like, "Huh, this belongs to her sister-in-law." I don't see that happening.
I do.
I, it's none of the. I don't want them to have any identify. You know what I mean? Like, why? Why does everybody in the whole freaking place have to have my picture? Why?
Yeah.
I don't like
And
that.
I understand why you want that for security, but we're looking at it. We don't want to accidentally put your medical information in the wrong chart. And if we have a visual indicator linked to it across the different doctors you see, it makes it easier for us to put it
Okay,
in.
then whoever snapped the damn picture should have said, "D, we're taking your picture. Put some
Nope,
lipstick
I
on."
can tell you where they got it from. Your
Yeah,
driver's
where?
license
No, it's not my driver's license picture. Nope.
or your state ID.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Really?
Nope. Nope. I apparently they had to have gotten it. I think I have my winter jacket on. I can remember the outfit. I don't remember where I was for that. I think what they did was they snapped the picture when I signed in the kiosk. That's what I think happened. I
That's a possibility, but every time I've gone to the doctors down here, we take the picture. They're like, "Okay, we have to have your picture for the record." I
Nope.
understand why, because I've
Yeah,
worked
and
there.
they usually
So,
take your driver's license. This was not my driver's
but
license.
no, they also, yeah, they take your driver's license and compare it to the photo of you because again, your
Right.
address and stuff changes. They want to make sure no one else is using your ID.
Right.
So they do have basically a multi-factor authentication for you to be seen because Medicare fraud does happen where people will steal your name and social security number, get insurance under your name, and then you're stuck with the bill.
Right. Well, we had that discussion. Well, we're going to actually do, I think, a partial program on that
I
regarding,
think we should.
yeah, like regarding identity theft. And there's a lot of info that in credit reporting. I don't know how many people are familiar with the Medical Information Bureau, but you'll be shocked to learn about that. I think
Oh
we should
yeah.
do, yeah, I think we should do a segment on that. I think it
It
would
would
be
be
good.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
Grab Arby one day to have him
Yeah.
help with it.
And you'll be surprised at what privacy you give up. I actually, our system permits you to send notes, email messages to your doctor. So
Uh-huh.
you're thinking that, hey, I have a big green boil growing out of the side of my head to your PCP. And then when you get to the, foot doctor or, the gynecologist, they're reading, "Hey, D, last month you were at the PCP with a big green boil and you're like, how did you know that?" And here you think you're having a private conversation with that doctor. Oh, no,
Uh-huh.
no, no. Everything is open to everybody. So I quit doing it. But
Yeah.
now somebody takes your telephone call and they put it in your record and everybody sees what you call about. I hate it because
Yeah.
I understand the need for the doctors wanting to know a complete history on their patients, but to me, it just sometimes feels like it violates privacy, and I don't want all my business being everywhere in the city. You know what I mean? I don't like it, and it's only going to get worse as uh, AI is developed in this. It's going to be the kind of thing of, say you tell one doctor one thing and then you go somewhere else and tell a doctor another thing, either intentionally or unintentionally, and you're going to have AI doing a comparison, throwing that out as ping, here's a problem, ping, here's a problem. So I don't know where we're going to go with that.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating. Anyway, we digressed
Yeah.
on that one too.
It happens. We're getting there.
What did Art say? His medical provider hacked what?
Let me
Can't
see
read.
it.
I can't read it.
My medical provider got hacked, so I stopped using any electronic
Yeah.
communication with my providers. Yup.
Mm-hmm.
It's always I talk to you directly or that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo. Not to mention the mistakes in the chart. Oh my God. I always read my chart notes.
So do I. Do you know that I'm a former farm worker that worked in the fields picking crops by hand? Did you know that? Oh, yeah. And I deliberately, I haven't corrected. They know that it's wrong, but who's ever in the office cannot correct it. Whoever created the record has to fix it. I have no clue who did it. So in my past, I've been a farmhand picking crops. And they question, they'll go like, were you around any heavy chemicals when you were picking these crops? And I just start to laugh. It's so funny. But where did that come from? That obviously was a mistake, but yeah. So in my career, I picked, and nothing against it. I would do that job if I had to or I wanted to. It just wasn't in my career trajectory. That's all.
Hello? Are you there, Dee?
And she's back. Is
Okay.
our host with us right now?
Can you hear me?
Crazy Bee, where are you?
Son of a
gone.
bitch.
And I'm sure either she's gone or I'm gone. One of us is not on. Can somebody please in the chat tell us who they can hear? Either me or Crazy Bee. And it's showing the Crazy Bee is offline. Art, who do you hear, Art? Me or Crazy Bee? And she's back. Crazy Bee?
Am I back?
And she's
Can
gone.
you hear me? Shit.
She can't make up her mind you can hear both of us? I can't hear her at all.
Hey.
Crazy Bee. Well, I'm going out and I'm coming back in. Wish me luck.
Okay, since you guys can hear me, hoping she'll be able to hear me when she comes back. In the meantime, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think it's the wind is impacting my internet. Yep, that's what we went through the last time I had a problem with the server. So, with the internet during a stream. I've had this happen before. So, so hopefully Dee will be able to jump back in. In the meantime, I'm going to share this next video while she's getting that worked out. Oh, geez, oh Pete's. All right, let me get this pulled up. All right. I couldn't find a video for this, but evidently Elon Musk is only temporarily with DOGE. It's not going to be very long term. Here's Trump talking on it right for a moment while Dee's coming back in. Oh, shit. Sorry. Oh my God. I forgot to share it over.
Hello?
1 second.
Hello?
Oh, there's Dee.
What happened to
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. What
My
happened
internet. My internet didn't have a strong enough connection, so it kicked me out, and I had to jump back in. And unfortunately, it unsynced the audio for you, so it's all
So
good
you're
now. I
saying I was
think.
talking to myself again?
Oh no, I was there. I could hear you. You couldn't hear me.
I see. So you were talking to
So
yourself. Okay. All
Well,
right.
no, because the audience could hear me.
Okay. Oh, Art saying
So,
Musk is a
look,
liability. Hmm.
that's what well, I was just about to cover. He's only temporarily with Doge. Evidently, it was only supposed to be 130 days. I thought it was permanent. Trump's talking about it right now.
Okay.
Elon Musk's special government tenure is coming to an end, 130 days, I think another month. Do you want him to stay longer, or is it time for him to go back to running his companies in Europe?
Well, I think he's amazing, but I also think he's got a big company to run, and so at some point he's going to be going back. He wants to.
Would you want to keep him around?
But I'd keep him as long as I could keep him. He's a very talented guy. I love very smart people. And he's very smart, and he's done a good job. Doge has. We found numbers that nobody can even believe, like 400 billion, 500 billion. It could be close to $1 trillion by the time they end on different things. And he's led the charge. And you've seen a lot of his people. And these are people that joined up. I would say the high IQ people. I like high IQ people. And they've done a great job. No, at some point, Elon's going to want to go back to his company. I will say he's got, despite the way he's been treated, so he's an American patriot, but the way he's been treated with Tesla is just terrible. It's just terrible.
Once he goes
in fact, you have a Tesla, and you love it. You love it. He was saying before he bought a Tesla, he loved it. A lot of people are buying Teslas, I think, and I hope they are. He should not be treated that way. He's done an incredible service to our country.
Once he goes back, is Doge going to keep operating even without Elon here?
Well, I can't tell you that. I can say this, that a lot of the people that are working with Doge are the secretaries, the heads of the various agencies, and they've learned a lot, and they're dealing with the Doge people. I think some of them may try and keep the Doge people with them, but, at a certain point, I think it will end. But they have also gotten a big education, and they're doing a really good job. There'll be a point at which the secretaries will be able to do this work and do it very, as we say, with the scalpel. And that's what we want.
So I thought Doge was going to be a permanent thing, but evidently it's not going to be.
So did I. Yeah.
One rich average guy calling another rich average guy smart is laughable to me. I understand. They're smart in specific things, but they're not they're not smart all around, is my thing. I agree with that. They're very, like, Elon is talented in, like, Elon picked up PayPal because it was failing, and he got it into what it is today. Tesla was not his brainstorm. He did not create Tesla. He bought it and brought it back from near death. Elon's not created any of this stuff except, well, the X for the rockets, and even that's not him. He has scientists working on it.
The rockets going into space. He's not smart. That's okay. All right, if you say so. That's just average.
He's not the one building the rockets. He's not the one designing them. There's scientists doing that.
Remember, it just has to be the person that has the idea that can get the team around him to
make it happen.
That's correct. Just like me and you, right? We're trying to make this happen.
Yep.
And we both have different.
It's a team effort,
correct.
But everyone likes to make it sound like Elon's. Yeah, he didn't create PayPal. He acquired it. Yes, like I was saying, he didn't create it. PayPal was starting to go belly up.
Right.
He stepped in and helped make it into a better business.
Correct. He turned it around and made the company successful. You can't. That takes some type of talent, right? You have to give some credit.
But that's his talent. But everyone makes it sound like he's a genius with rocket science, and he's not the one actually building or designing the rockets. He just wants a rocket, so he hired a bunch of really super smart people to become that. Oh, he was fired as the CEO of PayPal by the founders afterwards. Yeah. So he was part of a team.
That's not surprising.
So Elon.
Yeah. That's not surprising.
Yeah, he's not the actual genius people make him out to be, because genius is where you are a lot smarter in a lot of things all at once, not just one particular thing. That's a prodigy. A
Yeah,
prodigy is different than a genius, and a lot of people don't get that.
right. And
So, yeah, it's a whole again,
but
rich smart
with
people like
yeah,
Art was saying.
but with the Doge, if Doge is dismantled, that's supposed to come under the office of what's the office called that's supposed to make sure that everything's copacetic in all of the oh gosh, the office of budget, is it budget and management that is responsible for that?
I think so. Yeah.
OMB, I think it is.
Uh-oh.
So they were, whatever office is supposed to be responsible for finding all the waste, fraud, and abuse, they were charged with
Mhm.
waste, fraud, and abuse themselves. So who do we get to be the watchdog of this to make sure there
Well, and
isn't?
that's where Trump was just saying that the
Yeah.
secretaries of these different branches are learning how to spot the fraud, and and some of he said some of the people from DOGE may be staying on. They may
Hmm.
get hired by these branches
Right.
and these NGOs and stuff to make sure this doesn't happen any
Hmm.
further.
And the left still has an issue with those people. They're not happy
Mhm.
with anybody that's working.
Primarily the politicians.
Right.
If the people on the ground actually understood, if like the voters that vote for this nonsense actually understood what they were doing, not the propaganda pushed by the politicians, they'd support it.
Right.
And again, it's not a bad idea to get a bunch of tech people in and look at this. But we all know Elon is not a tech genius. He
Mm-hmm.
might be moderately decent with it. And like Art's saying here, there's no way to know what would have happened to Tesla if left to the actual founders. Elon pushed them out.
That's because he pushed them out before they could push him out. So that's why that happened.
Trump fired the inspector generals who are actually the people who find fraud, waste, etc. Yeah, because they weren't
Yep.
doing their job,
That,
obviously.
yep.
So, and again, I don't mind replacing them with people who know what the hell they're doing,
Okay, but
and
wait
that's
one
fine.
second, just 1 second. So instead of
Mhm.
having thousands of pages of bills put before Congress to vote on them, right? Why with the little, let's make sure the butterfly can fly upside down. Let's send condoms to Africa. That is where it should,
That stuff. Yeah.
yeah, that is before it even goes anywhere. Why isn't Congress doing their damn job and looking at this shit? Why?
Why
Tell me why.
Congress is the ones writing this crap,
Well,
and Congress is the ones getting the kickbacks from the
ex-
funding
yeah.
because it doesn't actually go
All
to
right,
what they claim
so
it is.
why can't we go back to one bill voting then? You know what I mean? You get up
I agree.
and vote on one bill. And so if you're going to do the
One
butterfly
at a
have to
time.
fly upside down, you have to get up there and state your case instead of it
And
being
if
jammed
people say
in on
no,
page 954
yep.
and you skip over it.
And if you don't pass the whole bill,
That's
we're
right.
not going to pass that bill that you want to
Correct.
pass. That yeah,
Correct. Yeah.
the holding America
Hostage.
hostage over
Yep.
stupid butterflies. Yep.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. And we saw this with the COVID relief act that they
Oh,
put
big
together.
time. Yep. Big time.
Many of the IGs found everything Musk is claiming to find. They reported it to Congress. Congress did nothing. Oh, so again, this is Congress is the problem.
Okay. So
Fire
Art
them
on
all.
that, yeah, Art on that piece, if you have any info that you could send to us as supporting
I
documentation,
would love it.
Yeah, we'd like to take a look at that.
Because we're actually piecing together a lot of things on corrupt politicians at various
Right.
levels
Right.
and
That
the
would fit
various
perfect in
things.
there.
So
Yeah, that would be a perfect fit.
drop it on my Discord server or DM it to me or put it in the podcast stuff channel. It would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Did they try to delete it and you found it?
Oh, yeah. Did you? No, you didn't send me a screenshot of it, did you?
Yes, I did.
Hold on. I think Danny sent me a screenshot. That's right. Yes, this one. Hold on. Open image in a tab. Hold on. Let me show you guys what my ex-husband found. And this is what is interesting, okay? He found this. Oh, please tell me it doesn't show your name. No, it doesn't. Okay. Whew. Thank God. Um, I want to make sure everyone's protected here. Nope, wrong thing. This one. Okay, so this one,
You
and
make
let me
sure I
enlarge
was
this
protected.
sucker.
Am I protected?
I tried to.
Okay. Do we have protection insurance on the
So
both of us?
no,
Okay.
no.
All right. Just
That's
checking.
why I had to bring the video down from yesterday and edit some stuff.
Exactly. I know.
But this says Elon Musk says the US government deleted a terabyte of financial data to cover their crimes. They don't understand technology, so we recovered it.
We have something.
Um,
We have we have something on this. We should have a couple.
yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I was actually in the process of looking to find stuff to back this up.
Mm-hmm.
But goodness gracious, I'm sick. Oh, allergy season is bad today. Um Pollens are up massively in my area, so but again, and I don't think Elon is the genius. He's just the face of Doge. Everyone else is doing the hard work, but he's taking 90% of the credit.
That's all
And
you.
I can't stand when people do that.
But that's what most CEOs and heads of company do. I mean, you got to be.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's the workers.
I know.
Yeah, but I'm sorry.
But I will say he does give credit to the little guy
Yeah.
that is
More
doing the work. He
my
will give
boss did.
credit to them, but it's my opinion not nearly enough.
Well, it's more than my boss ever did.
Oh, you are really far from your mic.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I was carrying you back to the kitchen. Since you weren't going to let me eat down,
Okay.
I was going to eat. Oh, I don't know if that was going to go over good or not, but I'm not going to tell you. If you can hear me, then just tell me to stop. We're going for saltine crackers. How's that? No, yes?
Okay.
We'll see if it works.
Yeah, go for it.
It's either that or I'm
Alrighty.
gonna throw up live on air. How's that? You
Oh
want me
no,
to do
please
that?
don't do that. That's something I do not want, and
You
I'll
want
start
me to take it
puking.
apart? Yeah.
Nope.
The Zofran's
Nope.
not
We're not
doing
gonna do
its job.
that.
Yeah, Zofran's not doing its job. So, all right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing I wanted to talk about really fast is this new protest that's coming up. I'm not a fan of it at all. And I want everybody to kind of keep their eyes open for this nonsensical bullshit that people are starting to pull. And I want to point out that this agency has been around for the BLM riots and stuff and the protests there. Just gonna, share this.
Oh no.
Yeah, these people are known for helping coordinate protests that aren't really protests. So, April 5th, protests take aim at Trump DOGE, where our Delaware, Pennsylvania hands off where are Delaware, Pennsylvania hands off that is a terrible headline. Just going to point this out.
How about
Terribly written headline.
Hold on, let's try some. Back up, just 1 second.
Okay. Oh,
Keep
to the
backing
top.
up to the headline. Yeah.
Yep, I'm at it.
Yeah, April 5th protest takes aim at Trump and DOGE. Where are Delaware, PA hands off protests? Yeah, that kind of stinks.
It should have been a period and then a new sentence, not a semicolon.
Go for it, Crazy
Just
Bee.
gonna say.
Go for it.
So these idiots are deciding that all across the United States, Delaware, Philadelphia, Delaware's a state, not a city. Philadelphia and South
It's a
Jersey
city
have
in
mobilized.
Pennsylvania. Or they stay in Delaware and Pennsylvania. Go ahead while you do that. I'll
I
look.
don't know. They have Delaware, Pennsylvania, and South Jersey.
Gotcha. Go
This is
ahead.
poorly written. I'm just going to point that out. They have mobilized in a advance of a planned nationwide protest against Donald Trump's agenda and Elon Musk's DOGE, which is ending in a few weeks. Just going to point this out. They're protesting something that's about to end.
And how is that different?
Why couldn't they just pay attention to the news?
Well, how is that different than the Tesla protests? I'm sure this is going to be very successful as well.
Oh my God, these people are morons. So yeah, they're protesting on the 5th, something that's about to end anyways. Dumbasses. So the protests have been dubbed Hands Off National Day of Action. I want to see how many people actually show up. Basically, that's the point of this.
Right.
I want to see how many people show up for this this nonsense.
Well, tell me where to
And
go and
so
I'll be there.
Actually there's one in Philadelphia.
Too far, can't go.
Let me see if the website shows let me see if the one website has the info on where to actually go.
Well, no, go ahead and read do the article, because what is hands off? What's the call to action? What am I doing?
Well, that's what I was going to bring up the website and read it straight from the website.
Oh, gotcha.
So here's their website. And
Oh my God.
somebody else decided to take it a step further and they checked the domain and it was made with that one Square app or whatever, the Square thing where you can make your own website for really cheap and it's like a template type websites. It's interesting. So their thing is Donald Trump and Elon Musk think this country belongs to them. I've never heard them say that. Have you?
No.
They're taking everything they can get their hands on and daring the world to stop them. I don't see this way. I see them as trying to clear up fraud in the most. They're like a bull in the china shop cleaning up fraud, but that's okay. So on Saturday, April 5th, we're taking to the streets nationwide to fight back with a clear message, hands off. Yeah, this is their website. And this is, I guess, where they're supposed to be taking place.
Go
Funny,
back
Detroit's
down.
there,
Go
but
back.
I don't see.
Go back. What's their core belief? Go back. A core principle. I'm sorry.
Nothing.
Yes, there is. What's underneath is their core principle. Go down. You're going
Down?
up. Yeah,
Oh,
go down.
the core
Right there.
principle behind hands off is a commitment to nonviolent action. We expect all participants to seek to de-escalate any potential confrontations with those who disagree with our values and to act lawfully at these events. Just because it's written doesn't mean they're going to enforce it. Just gonna point that out. So there's a register now thing.
Wow, and that's
and spread the
everywhere that
word.
they're going to be. That's everywhere that there's going to be a protest, legitimately.
According to this map, it doesn't mean for sure.
Wow. And what are the stars, the major cities that they're holding the events? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, this looks like New York City. That looks like Baltimore. That's DC.
Yeah.
Atlanta, Detroit, Chicago. Not really sure. That looks like Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, possibly.
And then Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what's in. Oh, Denver. I bet that's Denver, Colorado.
Interesting.
And those are the major stars.
Wow.
Surprisingly, I can remember that shit. How's that possible? I can see the star and guess which major city it is. Jeez, oh Pete's.
Mm.
And then there's people who don't know the difference between a county, a state, a township, and a country. They think California was a different country. There are people who don't know that Mexico is south of us. You know, and yes, people are
That
that
has to
stupid.
do with where they're
But
not
I'm just saying.
teaching geography either. So,
Uh-huh. But I can remember geography from 3rd grade because that's when we were taught it, 3rd and 4th grade.
well, that's because back in the
Mhm.
day they beat the shit into you. You know, just like they did the
Oh, yeah.
multiplication tables and other, certain core words you had to do. Okay, so spread the
Yep. And
word.
then there's
Spread
still
the
this.
word sounds like
Now, here's
spread.
the website.
Yeah, hands off.
Oh, no, this gets even better. This isn't the key organizers. Those
Okay.
aren't even the organizers. That's just the page that they have to get this put out. Let
Okay.
me show you who's actually organizing it.
Do I want to know?
Want to make sure my name and stuff don't pop up. Okay. All right. So share this tab, and it's Mobilize. They're the ones who were behind BLM and many other things.
Mm.
They have all these events going, all these protests, postcards with Democrats, signs making and snacks.
Wait a minute. Sign making
And
snacks.
help us get to 100 supporters.
Wow.
Central committee meetings. Yeah. These are what they put out. It's not just the hands off. Oh, here's the hands off. And 1,152 upcoming events.
Wow.
Let's see what this does.
Look in the Democratic in Georgia, they're having 67. Oops. In Georgia, they're having 67 events. If you go back. Wow. Do me a favor. Can you
Let me go
save that?
back one.
Yeah.
And you said Georgia had 67 events?
Yeah,
Where
go
was
back.
that?
Yeah, keep going back, I think.
Up?
Wherever you were there. Wherever you started in the very
Oklahoma,
beginning.
California. You
Oklahoma.
can search by your location too.
Okay. Can you save that
Oh, let's pull up their
CD
map.
somewhere?
Oh yeah, I have it saved.
Okay. In a form file?
Wait, I thought they were all across the United States. What's this? Wait a minute. I thought they were from Maine to and all of this up there to California, but here I don't see it.
No. Well, maybe that's just
Oh,
where
there's a little bit up
Mobilize
there.
is. Yeah.
Oh, it's because of where I moved the map.
Right.
Okay.
It looks like it's split up in areas. Could you save that to a forum, create a forum for later?
Yeah, I can set this up for you.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
I think that we
But
have
yeah,
use
keep
for
your
that.
eyes out this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
There are plenty of wacky groups on both sides of the political
Well,
spectrum. Amen.
yeah, it's going to rain here all weekend, so hopefully they'll get wet. Sorry.
Fingers crossed,
Sorry,
right?
yeah,
Either way.
right.
Again, I'm not thrilled with a lot of our politicians. I'm going to make this very clear.
Mm-hmm.
There are many politicians I do not like on the right and the left. So I just know right now the left is being the most vocal. When the right starts doing something stupid, I promise I'll call them out.
And again,
But right now
anybody
it's the left being the
yeah,
dumbasses.
anybody that finds anything left or right or center that you want to share, please drop it in our. We'll have a Discord.
Actually, you can drop it in the Rect Sisters Discord server,
Right.
which will be going across the bottom, and I will post a link to it. Just one second. I will post the link in the chat. Copy, cancel. And feel free to drop anything in here. There's specific channels for questions that need answers, and you can just drop your links right in there, or you can drop them on my personal server because I know quite a few of you are on my personal server for Friend Zone. Feel free to drop them there for me, and I'll move them over to the other server. It's all good, whatever you're comfortable with. If y'all want to send me anything, I will. I got some stuff on Maryland where they shot down one bill, but then turned around and are still looking to pass another bill that's twice as bad as the one they just shot down.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like intelligence. And that can go in the corruption day, or it can go on a different day. It can go into
Right.
maybe we cover this tomorrow because we got 20 minutes left. So it's up to you if we want to cover any more or not.
It's your show,
But
girl. It's your show. Whatever you want to do.
yeah, so when you come from a politicized family, you quickly realize we don't need we do not elect the best and the brightest. Amen.
It
Oh my
doesn't matter if
God.
it's political or not. When you live where I live and have what you have, you're like, oh, it's it's sad. I mean, out of the
Yeah.
millions and millions of people that live in this country, and this is the best that you have to offer, oh my gosh. This is really a smack in the head. It truly is.
It is.
Hmm. That's why I think that the whole issue with money and how much you could raise, uh, somebody that is intelligent should have probably some type of backing. Um, you should be vetted before you do any of this bullshit to make sure there's nothing in
They're
your background.
supposed to be.
Well, they're not.
That's the thing is they're supposed to be vetted.
Hmm. Yeah, right.
Evidently, they're passing enough in the background, but they're still corrupt,
Uh-huh.
dirty, and horrible. Like honestly, I'm so fed up. The only one really, and again, I like how Rand Paul and his dad were talking about handling the financial part, and I like that John Kennedy out of Louisiana is just freaking funny the
Right.
way he uses common sense.
He does
But
have
most
his
of our
issues.
politicians ain't shit.
Yeah, he does have his issues at times, but for the most
Oh,
part, he's on point.
yeah.
Uh, I do like him. But
Yeah.
there, we probably, that would be an interesting day going down the list of all of them to see what dippity doos they are, to say it mildly. But it is
Mhm.
problematic, and we'll leave
It
it at
is.
it is big time. What else you got in there?
I'm not happy with the insider trading.
No.
Let me see, what else do I got? I got a funny-ish video. Um, where did it go? Not really funny, I should say, but I think I have this one saved, so I don't have to do it through the internet. Let me grab it. This is a really good video. Amazing driving skills.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This person and their driving skills,
Wait, is it
holy
that you think
crap.
I'll be sick on? Okay, go ahead. I'm ready. Go ahead.
No, you shouldn't get sick. It
Okay, go
shouldn't
ahead.
make you sick. It's a short video.
Okay,
Watch
go ahead.
this. Dodge it, dodge it, dodge it, dodge it. I'd be pulling over and checking my pants after that.
That looks like someplace that where I live. That's
A
crazy.
freeway.
Uh-huh. Why don't you play that?
Debris.
Yeah, play that again.
Too.
Can you play that in slow motion?
I love the little woot at the end for
Uh-huh.
surviving it.
Can you play that in slow motion? Can you turn down the speed?
I don't have that ability. I would
Okay.
have to edit it into slow-mo to do that.
Okay. Well, then do it one more time. In case, you blinked your eye
Okay, let me
and missed
back
it.
this up. Yeah, watch. Don't blink. Debris. Debris. SUV sedan. mind-blowing how
Mm-hmm.
quickly. That's how quick it can happen.
Right.
Just gonna point that out. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and I had one other video for sure I wanna share. It's a quick one, but I do believe it is a website only. Oh, nope, I think I do have that one saved. Let me double check. I apologize. I am kind of a scatterbrain today. I've not been feeling up to par, as you can hear, with the
Today?
allergies and stuff.
Today?
Yeah, who would have guessed?
Just today?
I know.
Okay.
Yes, just today.
Okay. Just
Nope, it looks
checking.
like I am gonna have to pull up the link. This one is I wanna say Charlie Kirk. I think it's him, or maybe it's the other dude. I can't remember. Hold on. Give me 1 second while I pull this up.
1001 time is up.
I said a minute, not a
No,
second.
I thought you said a second. I don't know.
Give me a
Maybe
minute.
um
This is a good oh, for fudge ribbon's sake. Here we
fudge
go.
ribbon. Is
Let's
that what
hit
we're
play.
using now? Fudge ribbon? Okay.
I don't know. I say all kinds of things. Ignore me when I'm talking and trying not to cuss. But this guy is going to put the record straight about yeah, it was Charlie Kirk. He's talking to a group of students, and he comes from a socialist country, his parents and grandparents. So yeah, he's just here.
I'm an immigrant from Eastern Europe, and I've been here for 10 years and a little bit. And if anybody would have told me 10 years ago that I would come a day where I would live in America and American citizens would be in favor of communism, I would have laughed in their face.
What would your message be to young socialists that don't know what communism is?
If you don't learn from history, nothing will save you.
But I want to actually ask you, I want you to just say very briefly, what was it like for your family to grow up in these sort of ideas? Why do you hate communism? Why? Because of the suffering that your family went through?
So obviously, I was only 1 year old when communism ended in Romania, so I can't really speak from previous experience, but I have yet to meet anybody in my home country that was in favor of communism. So let me put it this way. When they came in power, they seized all private property.
So let me ask you a question. Are you thankful that you live in America?
Yeah.
That's what makes
100%.
you different than them.
I wish more people would listen to them. I really do. I wish more people would listen to these people who were alive during communism in their countries. And the again, where my family come from, communism took root. It started taking root just before World War II.
Yep.
My great grandfather ditched it. He's like, I'm getting the F out, taking my kids, goodbye. And that's how we ended up in America. And I don't ever want communism to set in America, but it's sure well on its way.
Well, I think that hopefully family stories get told and get repeated. That I think it's the responsibility of the generations to, pass that along. But then I think what happened was
Mhm.
that kind of got removed from the parents and was expected to be put into the schools. And originally,
Yeah.
I want to say they did do it to some degree. We did the Pledge of Allegiance, we had, civics class, we had history and, you know, the differences between communism, fascism, all the isms.
Well, even my
But then,
son went through that. My
yeah,
son still went through that in school, the difference of that,
right,
but they always downplayed how bad communism was.
correct,
My son told me the school actually downplayed it.
right. But now, as I mentioned, where we have no books, right? Is that intentional in, Jacob's elementary school? And so going forward with no books And so there's no history, it's whatever is put on that piece of paper by somebody.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
that.
like what I like what Art had to say. Everyone, the problem is most know it didn't work, but they think somehow they can make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Because
try it one more time. Keep
yeah,
trying. Keep
right.
trying.
Because it does sound
It
reasonable,
sounds
right?
wonderful
It
on
does. It
paper,
sounds utopic, right? Everybody gets free
but
health
it's
care.
not.
Right. So everybody gets free health care. Housing for everybody. Free food. We'll take care of this, free whatever. But that comes
I'll
at a
tell you what.
cost.
Yeah, I talked to a man who came from Laos, and he was telling me how, yeah, they had. I'm like, I hate electric bills. He goes, trust me, it's better than having the free stuff from the government. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, we only had electricity from 7 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night, and then it got cut off.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's living like. Oh, you want food? Good luck. Go stand in the bread lines. If
Mm-hmm.
they have enough, you get some. If you get there early enough, you get some. But if you're late, you're shit out of luck. And
Right.
oh, you cannot have your own garden.
Right. There was a
And running water is limited.
correct. Some of the like I'll watch documentaries on villages, whatever, and there was one that I should have saved it. I don't know why I didn't, but because you can't save everything, I guess. Where a
Mhm.
gentleman had a grocery store, and he talked about what it was like before communism came in, and it used to be, he had enough to take care of the neighborhood. And now things were so
Yeah.
bad. You walked in, there wasn't a loaf of bread. You'd be lucky there was a can of baking powder, or, there was 1 dozen eggs that was sitting there. And people would come in and he would ask, do you really need the whole dozen? Can you make do with half a dozen or even 4 eggs? I mean, it was absurd.
Yeah.
I don't know how that type of living can occur. And I think that goes back then to the whole let's eat bugs and eat cockroach milk and all of that happy horse shit.
Ew. Or the fly milk or
Was it
maggot. Yeah,
fly or
no.
cockroach?
Oh no, there's also cockroach, fly, and maggots that they're talking about.
Oh, geez, that ain't happening. I'll have to die, I guess. That's a sword I'll die on. That ain't happening.
They're not going to get
Watch,
me too either.
watch. Now he'd probably come back and say, you're not allergic to that. Go ahead and drink it, right? Oh, hell. Not
Oh, I'll
happening.
make an excuse as to why I'm allergic to it. You watch if I don't fake anaphylactic reaction.
Yeah, that's not going to happen,
But
I think.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. Well,
where are
here's a
we?
bright story.
Okay.
We're going to have a good story for a minute. These little girls decided to help out all the younger girls in North Carolina after their homes and everything got devastated. Listen to this.
Couldn't take a chainsaw up there. So we were like, well, how do we affect a girl to help them quickly? And that's through play. And so we said, well, let's do Anna the Appalachian doll. So her story is that she understands what the girls went through.
Okay.
And that she is going to be her new friend to help her, that she's brave, she is strong, and that she's gonna make it through this.
Now, the Tilshers were just passing through Greenville on their way to North Carolina to deliver more dolls.
Welcome to North Carolina!
So we joined them and the dolls on the ride into the mountains.
Hello!
And along the way, we set up an opportunity for them to get to meet some of the girls who had already received their dolls.
Hey girl. Oh my goodness, you guys! It is so great to meet you. Are you guys huggers?
Say yes.
Yes, you are. Can I give you guys a hug?
The children, all homeschooled and close-knit, were a bit shy. But it was amazing to watch how the sisters used the dolls to break the ice.
What's your favorite thing to do with Anna? I like to bring her in a lot of stuff.
On what was a chilly morning here in Burnsville, North Carolina, 9-year-old Addie caught my eye.
I love her so much, and she looks just like me.
Just before Hurricane Helene hit, Addie was diagnosed with alopecia. The Florida sisters knew that, and they customized a doll that mirrored her.
For her to get a doll that represents something that
Yes.
she's going through
Yes.
is, I mean, this whole initiative, they've brought undescribable joy to so many little girls.
Like 13-year-old Autumn, who cradles her doll in a way that symbolizes both hope and confidence.
I used to go to this. I want to point out that this looks really staged, but I'm going to leave it be.
That's fine because it
Scout
still
thing,
brings
I wouldn't
tears
bring
to
my
my
doll.
eyes. So whatever,
Yeah.
staged or unstaged.
I love how sweet this is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm going to let this continue playing.
Because I was scared people my age would think I was weird or something. But I guess it's fine. It's my doll. It's my choice what I do with it.
As the dolls gave way to precious child's play, the moms, who are the homeschool teachers, reflected on this lesson in kindness, which, no matter how small, can move mountains.
We've just been through a lot. And because of these dolls, we were able to still give my daughter something special on Christmas. Something that we probably wouldn't have been able to do otherwise.
What were you trying to teach these two sweeties?
So that is the biggest thing. So for them, it's character building, and it keeps them looking at the other people always and not themselves. And so I really needed something for them to feel like that they were participating that's bigger than themselves, because it's not about us. That's ultimately the reason why this was started, was how can I incorporate them to bless others?
Well, y'all are a blessing.
I thought that was just something we don't see enough of in the news.
Right.
A lot of people don't cover these kind of stories. And again, like we all pointed out, because it's a PR thing, and and again, things like this do happen and they should happen, but they never get enough credit. No one talked about how when Kentucky flooded a couple weeks back, that North Carolinians who were already struggling rushed over, because they're only a few hours away, to start helping people in Kentucky rebuild and clean up.
Right.
It's something that people don't put on the news. No one talks about the Amish people that are in North Carolina helping build those tiny homes to get people through until their land is cleared to be used again. No one's
Right.
talking about this.
Right. And meanwhile,
So
they were
here
met
we
with
are.
and they were met with opposition. The Amish were
Yeah, the
building
state
those
tried to
tiny
shut
homes.
them down.
Uh-huh. Yes, they did.
Yep. That's one thing I could say about the Amish. They may not always agree with us on a religious or political perspective,
But they're
but
always
they'll be
there.
there in a
Mhm.
heartbeat.
Right.
They will be there in a heartbeat to help you if you need it. That's why I say always be on good terms with the Amish if you live near them. Don't piss them off. It's just, again, and this is a story, like I said, we need more of this. To kids to learn generosity and kindness and helping those who struggle. And even if you get nothing in return, it's still something that's good to do.
It's worthwhile. Correct.
And
It's character building.
yes,
It's character building.
bingo. It's learning to be a good person even if you get nothing out of it.
Correct.
And that's how I was raised. You help people whether they say thank you or not. It's polite to say thank you, but even if they don't, you can still help them. There are people who don't seek
call them
recognition
names
for what
under
they
your
do
breath.
too. Yup.
Yeah, and then call them names under your breath.
Yeah. There's so many times I've done things for people. I just don't really talk about it except with close friends, because it's, they're the only ones I know who aren't going to take it as an ego trip. And again, I don't want to publicize the good things I've done, anything like that, and I don't want anyone to publicize if it's up to them if they want to publicize they helped me. But again, kindness is kindness from every which way.
And
And again, you got to accept it and thank people. I was struggling with my old nebulizer, and a very dear friend sent me a portable one that's battery operated. And I can take it on the road. If the power goes out from a tornado, I can run it off of rechargeable AA batteries. I absolutely appreciated that. That was like, oh my God. Because all I had was this wall plug in one that was loud. It didn't even work right. The compressor was acting up. I was about to have to buy a whole new nebulizer. And she sent me that one. And it's like, thank you. I was in tears. I appreciated that.
hmm
It saved me a lot of headache of fighting with an insurance company to get one or spending $50 to $60 to buy one.
right.
So I appreciate when people do things like that. And, you got to count your blessings, even on my bad days. I, I think I've mentioned this before. Anytime I feel like my life is absolute dog shit, I think of 3 ways it could be worse. So that way I can appreciate what I've got.
And
I
that's
could be in a worse circumstance.
exactly. I mean, when I tell you that I am fucked up from my toes to my nose and everything in between, I'm not lying. But you know what? There are people in way worse condition than I am. So no matter what I've been through, how difficult it's been, and I have been through some
Mhm.
very serious bullshit that,
Yeah.
I've come out of and had to regain everything. But I still have both my legs. I look at, a veteran that doesn't, or children with cancer. When I look at the kids, I just say,
Yeah.
you just shut the fuck up. There's nothing that you could possibly say. And it's not some people have said, well, you're denying what you have. I don't disagree, and I could
Mm-mm.
talk about it. But at the same time, the blessing is in that I can recognize when you
Yep.
look at these kids,
Well, it's
you
even
just got to be
me.
quiet.
My health issues
Yeah,
Yeah, my health issues have been lifelong,
right.
but I'm not like my brother or sister who could drop dead at any minute. My
Mm,
brother's died like 8 times.
mm,
So, like, I'm blessed to only have asthma
mm,
and back problems. I'm not worried about dropping dead any minute
right.
and having that over my head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very blessed, and I will take that. I will take the fact that out of 2 of my cousins have had cancer already. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't. There's a blessing, or at least not that I know of. It's not like I go to the doctors routinely enough
Right.
to get checked, but we're
Right.
going to leave that alone.
Right.
I don't want to even think about it. But it could be worse. We could be homeless, and we've
Mm,
lived in a camper on family land with no running water, no electricity, and what we had was a propane heater in the middle of winter.
mm,
We've done this. You should have seen me and the kids crammed up in a camper with a leaky roof with a tarp over it. Because when we moved down here, things were tough until we could find a place to live. We spent a month in this camper in the middle of it from December 31st till May. No, it was more than a month. It was almost 6 months. We lived in that damn camper. I'm not even joking. We've toughed it out before. We've had that problem. So the fact that we're in a place right now, blessing,
exactly.
absolute blessing.
And see, that's
It's like
that is
I'm really, really blessed.
that's when it comes down to. That's when I have take issue with. You could have been in the Roosevelt Roosevelt Hotel in New York City, receiving tons of government assistance, or you could have
If I
been
was
in
illegal.
yeah, or you could have been in your city and state receiving that assistance, or the people that are
Mhm.
experiencing the issues in California with fire, or those that are still dealing with
Yeah.
the floods in North Carolina that went all frickin' winter in a frickin' tent that are still intense. Or they said they don't even know if people are still missing in LA.
Yeah.
And what about
Yeah.
Maui? How
Yeah.
you explain that to me, how our system works then? And I don't care really what you have to say about it. I take great umbrage to this whole issue of when we need help, it seems like the Americans are not getting the help that they need. And that goes from the Vietnam vets, not Vietnam. That's on my head because my uncle was a vet and that was just a horrendous ordeal. But our veterans, our senior,
Oh, yeah.
child care, education, you just could go start down the list, tick, 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 tick. And it's just, there isn't one thing right now that isn't messed up. That's all. I mean, it's just
Oh,
really
yeah.
breaking. And so, when I met Crazy B and all of this was going on, how is it that I could possibly have a friend who's I find out after the fact that was living in a trailer on land with no running water, with, a tarp over. Somebody justify that to me. How is that okay? It's heartbreaking. It makes me sick.
It is.
It makes me physically sick. And she's just not the only person that I know. I can
Everyone has had a struggle in their life at some point.
exactly. I'm not saying that you don't have struggles or whatever, but we're talking this is pretty significant, Crazy B. You're practically,
Oh,
you might as well say homeless, or the people that I described the other day that are living in the desert in their cars on federal land, going from park to park for, 30, 60, 90 days. No bathroom facilities, no running water, no grocery store nearby. You're praying to goodness
mhm.
that your vehicle stays running. What would happen if it breaks down in the desert? And these people are driving over to Mexico to get all their services because they can't be met in the
Yeah.
United States. Explain that.
Yeah.
How?
I'm not really
Or
sure, but
yeah, I don't know. It's
there
just
well, here's the thing is like there was nowhere that we could afford to rent at the time.
right.
So and again, our landlord's talking about selling this house before we have the chance to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's changed some things up where now he wants it to go through a mortgage, through a loan from the bank, not rent to own type of thing.
Oh, you're
And
kidding.
we're kicking around, do we have the credit score to pull this off? Do we have that to pull it off? We're looking at this and we're kicking around ideas, or do we try and find somewhere else?
Wow.
Yeah, we don't know what's coming up in the next couple of months. I really don't know. So this
So
is
what are you
just
gonna do?
life.
Wait
This
till
is
the
not
last
just
minute?
my life. There could
Well,
be so many other people with it.
mhm. And well, there is, and they're giving you a 30-day notice to evict, and good luck
Well,
finding
no,
a
he's
place.
not doing that. He's been
Okay.
kicking it around.
Okay.
He's kicking around the idea.
Okay.
He has not made a decision yet. And his wife is from what we could tell not thrilled, but looking into, options.
Hmm. Well, this is one. All we can do is pray on it
Oh yeah.
and hope that it, you know. Hmm.
Mhm.
And the well, and we could probably do a little later on, a little thing about religion and prayer and all of that. Hmm.
Mhm.
That's something we could talk about later. Where are
Oh
we?
yeah, I've got plenty of religious stories as to why I could even tell my personal story, which
Yeah.
is something crypto had wanted me to do. was
Right.
to tell my personal story and why I believe there's a God. It was
Right.
an interesting one.
And likewise for myself
So,
with what I've been through.
mhm.
That it's a fascinating journey, I guess, for all of us. What you believe and what you don't
Mhm.
believe in, but various factors occur in your life, and uh, you change. You have you change your mind, or you gather information and find information out. Go on a quest for knowledge, and I think that's the key, is to really never stop looking or learning or reading or listening, uh,
Mhm.
because things do change. And as we found out
Yeah.
numerous times, right? Like now I feel like, when I went to the museum and they said that these were dinosaurs, are they really dinosaurs or did they come from an alien planet? Now that we know Smithsonian, kind of isn't getting their stuff together
Yeah.
right, right? It makes you question
Mhm.
what you saw at the museum,
Yeah.
particularly, the things like the battles and how those types of things that have placards and are have historical references. Obviously you can look at the dinosaur and go, well, I guess that's a T-Rex over here. uh, and I don't think they messed that up too bad. But then you go into a Civil War uh, area, and now you question every little thing that's on the wall. Did they get this right? Is that right? It's crazy. Anyway,
Yeah.
I appreciate being on your show, causing trouble today. Uh, I think we're going to do this
Yep.
again. Is it tomorrow? Are we doing this again tomorrow?
Mm,
No, wait.
yes.
Wait. This, or what are we doing tomorrow?
Yeah. Tomorrow's Thursday.
Okay. That's Rex Sisters, right? Yeah.
Yeah. No. We said to start that Sunday.
Okay. That's cool. All right. That's fine. I don't know what we're doing, people. We're confused. We can't, we're confused, but we'll get it together. We'll be ready.
Yeah,
We're
something like
so
that.
close. We're just like right there. Just right there. And we're getting there. We'll be, just right there. So close and yet so far away. I think that's a song.
Mhm.
Isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, it's been fun. I enjoyed just being surprised by stuff that you just pop up on the screen. Maybe that could be a thing, like once a month or something. We take turns of just surprising the other one with articles or videos and getting a reaction from the other host. That could be a thing. Get the audience all riled up and stuff. There we go. That could do it. Anyway, I'm done
It
for
would
the
be a fun thing.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm out. I'm tired. It's been a rough
I
day.
understand.
It's been a long day. Now I got to wait a whole nother week to get injections, and it's going to be way more than what was originally planned. So I anticipate. Oh, that'll be funny next week. It's going to be worse. I'll be calling you. Oh gosh. Yep. Anyway, I'm done.
Oh,
You have anything else to add, Crazy
I
B?
am too.
All right. You did a
No,
good
I'm ready
job
to
there,
call it a
girl.
day.
You did a good job for getting it all together by
Uh,
yourself. Good job.
it's not hard.
We need to have an applause button.
Oh, there is one.
Do we have one? We'll hit it. Let's hear it. There we go. There we go. Crazy B on the ball. Didn't let it drop. Continued programming. Presented to you by questions that need answers, and we don't have any of them. So we just find shit and we just have more and more questions. Right? Have we ever
Yep,
answered a
always.
question? Have we ever answered a question, do you think? Or did it always turn into
Not
more?
that I'm aware of.
Yeah, me neither. I think we end up with something and we're just like, what? Wait, what? All right, I'm done. I'm shutting up. Mouth is over my hand. Oh no, my hand's over my mouth. Here we go. Dyslexia.
I was gonna say, wait a second.
I wanted to see if you were paying attention. No, I'm messed up. It's not working today. All right, I'm done. Bye.
All right, bye. Uh, so
We
with
getting an
that,
outro? There
I
we go.
thank you all for showing up, being here. And as usual, stay safe, stay sane, stay sober. I truly appreciate those who showed up and those who are going to be watching later on. I will catch y'all on the next one.